All right, guys, here we go. So we got day 2. This is our lower body day. It's gonna be pretty intense today. We increased the time intervals to 40 seconds and we increased the sets to 4 sets. So we got 4 sets of 40 seconds for each exercise. They're broken down into supersets, right? That means we'll do the two exercises back to back with no rest, and then we'll break after that, right? So the first exercise, the first superset is gonna be a pulse squat and a jumping squat. Right? So Andrea's gonna come into her squat position. We're gonna go 40 seconds on the clock, and she's gonna go up and down, not all the way up into extension, but not all the way down either. I'd actually say a little more range than that, a little higher, a little lower. There you go. That's what I want right there. That's a nice little pulse squat. She's never going all the way up. She's never going all the way down. She's staying where she has the most cross-sectional area of her muscle, right? Putting the most strain on her quad and her glutes. And rest. We got 40 seconds of those, right? You can take a second to shake it off, and then we're gonna go right into our jumping squats, right? Ready? Let's go. So she's using her hand for momentum. She's leaving the ground. We wanna make sure we get good depth on every single squat. There you go. It's gonna burn a little bit. 40 seconds is a long time, and these are kind of intense, but that's the point. We want our legs to burn a little bit. We want those muscles to work extra, extra hard. And rest. Oh yeah, oh yeah. All right, so that's the first 2, right? And you'll do 4 sets, 40 seconds of each. After you do the first, the first superset, then you can rest a little bit, 30 to 90 seconds at most. Cool? All right, the next 2 supersets are gonna be essentially the same exercise. We're doing a single leg glute thruster, right? So Andrea's gonna set up on her chair or a bench or couch or whatever you have available to you, right? We don't need any kind of band or any kind of weight for this exercise. Okay, we're gonna take one leg, it's gonna go straight up in the air, right? And she's gonna slowly lower her hips down and then right back up. And now I want this whole thing to be slow. Slow on the way down, slow on the way up. Almost like you're moving in slow motion. You're doing 40 seconds on one leg, right? As she comes down, her glutes are getting put on a stretch. The hamstring is getting flexed, extended actually. And as she comes up, those muscles get contracted. If you do this nice and slow, it's actually very, very intense. You don't need too much weight, or any weight at all. We'll go 40 seconds on one leg, then we'll switch. 40 seconds on the other leg. Good job, very, very controlled. Once you complete 40 seconds on both, again, you can rest 30 to 90 seconds before moving on to the next set of exercises, okay? Go ahead and stand up. So the last 2 exercises, again, are essentially the same exercise. We're gonna do a stepping through lunge, okay? So Andrea's gonna set up in her lunge position, right? She's gonna stay nice and low as she steps through to her lunge and then steps back, right? And we're gonna do the same side for 40 seconds. Again, putting a lot of time under tension on that front leg right there. As you can see, it stays flexed the whole time. And relax. You can shake it off for 1 second and then switch. Now your right leg will be in front. There you go, staying nice and low, stepping through. And again, it's gonna burn. I've done this one before, it's definitely challenging. 40 seconds on each side. Go ahead and rest, right? 4 sets of 40 seconds, right? And then the last thing we got for today is we're gonna do a crab walk finisher, right? So I have a band here. I have a Perform Better band. Sometimes we call these little hip circles. This is a medium resistance, doesn't have too much resistance. So what Andrea's gonna do is she's gonna put this right around her knees, right? If you wanted more resistance, you can get a thicker band, but you could also take this same band and put it around your ankles, and that would give you more resistance, right? But today, we're gonna put it around your knees. Okay? Now, whether the band is around your knees or your ankles, the technique is the same. Andrea's gonna sit up in her quarter squat position. Right? Notice how she stretches the band out. Go ahead and relax the band for a second. Relax the band, so let your knees cave in. You don't want the band to be kind of relaxed like that. You want it to be, you want there to be tension on it. So you're always pulling it apart with your knees, right? Go ahead and sit into your position, right? So the band is getting stretched out. That means she's using her external rotators, which are essentially her glutes, right? To stretch that band out. She's gonna take 1 step to her right, full step to your right, 1 full step to your left. Okay, then 2, and we're gonna do a little pyramid build up here, right? To the other direction, 3, all the while keeping the tension on the band. Notice the band. Even when her feet are close together, the band doesn't have any kind of slack in it. It's always tight, right? Once she gets all the way to 7, she's gonna go back down all the way to 1, right? To 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Then you're gonna rest. Again, you're gonna feel your glutes burn up. You're gonna feel them light up. It's gonna be super fun. Cool? We're doing 2 sets of those, and that's gonna be the lower body day for the last block.